Welcome back to Matrix lecture series. As you know, we are discussing exercise 3.2 and let's finish it today. So, we are left with last 4 questions of this exercise. Let's discuss all these 4 questions. Here is the question number 90. What does this question says? See, in this question, we have asked that we are given with the fund of rupees 30,000 and we have to invest it in 2 different bonds. We are also given that first bond is giving an interest of 5% and second bond is giving the interest of 2% using matrix multiplication. Now this is important that you have to specifically use the matrix multiplication only to determine how to divide 30,000 in 2 bonds such that the total interest is 1800 and 2000. Now I am explaining you how to do this B part. You yourself has to do this A part. So let's get started. Okay, so question number 19 we are discussing. We are given with the 30,000 rupees. We have to divide this in 2 bonds, bond 1 and bond 2. Also we are given that the yield in bond 1 is 5% and it is 7% in bond 2. Basically our aim is to divide 30,000 such that our final interest is of 2000 rupees. So let's invest rupees X in bond 1 and invest the remaining rupees in bond 2. The remaining rupees will be 30,000 minus X, right? Because we have invested rupees X in bond 1, so the remaining rupees will be 30,000. Let's invest in bond 2. Now we have to represent this whole situation in the form of matrices, which is in accordance with the question. So let's define A matrices, which is of investment, right? I have defined the A matrices such that I have written the amount here, the investment in bond 1 and bond 2. This is my A matrix. Okay, similarly I can also make a B matrix which is of interest. It respectively shows the interest in bond 1 and this is the interest in bond 2, right? Now let's see further. Now if we want to find the total interest, we have to basically multiply the 2 matrices. Why we have to multiply? Because the interest is founded when we multiply the percentage with the amount, right? So we have to multiply it. Now we know that multiplication is defined when it is in competence with the order. Now there are 2 ways. Either we multiply A B, I mean in the order A first B second, or multiply B A, that is B first A second. So these are the 2 ways. Let's check whether the matrix multiplication is compatible in both the case. Let's see. Now AB, A has this order, B has this order. Accordingly the number of columns here is equals to the number of rows. So yes, the multiplication is possible here. In this case of BA, the number of rows, the number of columns is equals to this number of rows, hence also the multiplication BA is possible. So the question that came in our mind is which multiplication should we go with. See, we have to ultimately reach our interest of 2000 rupees. This 2000 is a one single entry, right? One single quantity. So if you see here, if I go with this matrix multiplication AB, let me change the color. Okay, if I go with this multiplication AB, the resultant matrix which I will get is of 2 by 2, right? I have already told you how we check this. If I go with BA, then the resultant matrix will be of 1 by 1, that is one single entry, only one entry, right? And this one entry we want this one entry to be equals to 2000, because only then we will be able to find the value of X. So we will go ahead with BA, although the matrix multiplication AB and BA both are possible because of the order of the matrices, but we will go further with BA. after understanding BA, we will also try to multiply AB, and let's see what will happen. Okay, first let's see what we get the value of x after multiplying BA. So here is the B matrix, here is the A matrix. I have multiplied the matrix and I have reached this matrix. This is one single entry. I am doing B part, so this after solving I get this, and I have equate it to the 2000. Why? Because this whole interest should be equals to 2000 as per the question. Okay, now if I solve, I will reach here, then accordingly I can find the value of x. This x value is the amount I have invested in bond A, right? So I should invest in bond A rupees 5000. Remember to use the sign of rupees for sure. Also here I will invest 25,000 in bond B. Now this particular investment is such that I will get my return of investment as 2000 rupees. Okay, I hope it is clear to you. Now let's see, this is the answer of this question. Okay, now let's see if I multiply AB, what will happen then. Let's check that case also. Okay, so if I find AB, then what is my A matrix? My A matrix is this, x 30,000 minus x times B. What is B? B is 100 and 7 over 100, right? Okay, so how I will go ahead? I will go ahead in this way. This matrix will be of 2 by 2. I already know from here only, right? So if I multiply, I get 5x upon 100, and here I will get 7x upon 100, and here I will get 1500. These two zeros will cancel. Okay, so 1500 minus 5x upon 100, and here I will get 2100 minus 7x upon 100. This is the matrix which I am getting after multiplying AB. Okay, now what conclusion can I draw from here? I want my interest amount to be equals to 2000, but from here I don't think we can go ahead any further, because here are 4 entries. What would be the conclusion we can take from all these 4 entries? Therefore we got stuck in this case. Our approach should be such that we finally get one single entry, because only then we will be able to equate it, right? Therefore the multiplication BA is well defined, or I should say that it is appropriate here, right? I hope you have understood this question. Let's move to the question number 20. Now what does question number 20 says? It says that in a bookshop of a particular school, there are 10 dozen of chemistry books, 8 dozen of physics books, and 10 dozen of economics books. Also the price is given for each and every book to us. We have to find the total amount that the bookshop will receive from selling all the books, right? After selling all the books, what will be the amount? Again, such a similar question you have already done in the example also. Here our approach should be that we have to multiply it. Basically, how we will find the total amount? When we multiply the number of books with the cost of each book, right? This is how we will get the total amount. Since we are dealing in the matrix, so we have to use the matrix algebra. And which matrix algebra will be used? Obviously multiplication should be used, right? Now let's see this question also. So this is question number 20. I have denoted the given information in the form of matrix as matrix A and matrix B. This matrix A is of quantity and this matrix B is of price. The prices are in the rupees. Okay, and here this matrix is of 1 by 3 and this is of 3 by 1. Again here the same scenario. If I check A B multiplication, matrices multiplication of A and B, here the matrix multiplication is very well defined, because the number of columns is equal to the number of rows, hence it is well defined. Also BA, the multiplication of BA is well defined, because number of columns is equal to the number of rows, hence this is also well defined. Now which multiplication should we do? We have to do the multiplication so that we can find a single total value. We have to reach a single total value. A single total value will only be reached in this case, because the consequent matrix of AB is of order 1 by 1, that is of one single entry. So we can easily reject this and we can go for this, right? Now simply write down the A matrix and B matrix. We reach to this point. Is it correct? No, it is not correct. Why it is not correct? This is a very common mistake that we very often commit. The thing that we forget is that the quantity which is given to us, these are in dozen. So and the cost which is given to us is of each book. You can see these are the cost of each book. The price of each book is given to us, and the quantity is given to us in the dozens, right? So you need to make sure that you convert this dozen into the total number of books. Accordingly, okay, yes, so accordingly I have multiplied this 10, 8 and 10 with 12 each. After multiplying I get 120, I get here 96, and here 80. This should not be 80, let me check. Yes, here it should be 120 instead. Here it should be 120. Okay, here it should be 120. Okay, so why I have done this? Because the quantity given to me is in the dozen and the price is given for each book, right? So I again go ahead with the multiplication. The multiplication will be now CB. You can yourself can verify that why we are going ahead with CB instead of BC, because of the same reason we have reported here. Okay, when I multiply it, this is the matrix C, this is the matrix B. I will multiply this row with this column. As a result, I will get this answer. And make sure that you use rupees 100%. In your board examination, very often the examiner deduct your marks for not mentioning the appropriate unit. So remember to write the rupees sign. So this is the total amount that the bookseller will receive. Okay, that the bookseller will receive after selling all of his book. I hope this question is also clear to you. Don't forget to change these quantity, right? These are in dozen, these are in dozen. Change it into one unit, change it into units. Okay, fine. Now let's discuss this question number 21 and 22. First, what we have given is that the x, y, z, w, p matrices are of this order, and we have to accordingly tell that what should be the order of this and what will be the order of this. So let's discuss this question. Let me erase this and let's discuss it here. Now question number 21. First of all, write down that what is the order of each matrix given to us. X is given of the order 2 by n, y is given of the order 3 by k, z is given of the order, let me write in concise manner. X is of order 2 by n, y is of order 3 by k, z is of order 2 by p, w is of order n by 3, and my p is of order p by k. Okay, these are my matrices which I am highlighting, and the part which is not highlighted is respectively their order. Okay, now the question 21 says to us that what restriction should be on NKP so that this is well defined. What we have to make well defined? We have to make PY plus WY. Okay, PY plus WY as well defined. Now see, just forget what is asked. First, you yourself examine that PY. What is PY? PY is basically multiplication, matrix multiplication more specifically. This PY multiplication is well defined only when the order of P is P by K and order of Y is 3 by K, right? This is so So this py, let me again recheck whether the order I have written is correct or not. 3 by k, yes. Now this multiplication, this py multiplication is well defined if and only if this k is equals to 3, right? You know very well. From here what we have reached to the point that k should be equals to 3. As a result, the resultant matrix which I will get here is of order p by k, right? Okay, this is one conclusion that we draw from examining py. Now let's look at wy. Okay, let's look at wy. The order of the w is n by 3 and the order of y is 3 by k. Okay, this matrix multiplication, as you can see, is very well defined because the number of columns in w is same as number of rows in y. So this is very well defined, and as a result what we get a matrix of order n by k, right? Okay, now examine one more thing, that there is a addition sign also. The two resultant matrices are add up. We know that the addition is possible only when the matrices are of same order. That means, what does this imply? This thing imply that p by k is equals to n by k. That means both of the orders are same, right? Both of the orders are same. This suggests that p is equals to n, right? How? See, when will both of these order will be same? If you see, this kk is same, this p and n should also be same, right? Only then the resultant order will be same, right? So what we have concluded? We have concluded that p is equals to n, right? This is something we have concluded. So this is one conclusion and this is another conclusion. Let's see whether any option is matching our conclusion or not. If you examine, option A is correct. It is saying k is equals to 3 and p is equals to n. This is what we have also obtained, right? So this is the answer. I hope it is also clear to you. Let's move to question number 22. In this question, it is saying that if n is equals to p, then the order of the matrix, this is again a very simple question. Just break each and every part, try to examine, and you will reach your answer. Okay, so we have to find the order of the matrix 7x minus 5z. Also one more thing given to me is n is equals to p. This is n is equals to p. This is something given to me. Now the order of 7z, you know very well, will be same as the order of x, 7x, not z, 7x. The order of 7x will be of same as that of x. Why? Because it is a scalar multiplication with the scalar 7, so it will not affect in any way the order. And the order of x is 2 by n. Okay, now go for this 5z. This 5z is also matrix multiplication with a scalar. Here the scalar is minus 5, right? Minus 5 is the scalar. So again the order of this will be z, and the order of z which is given to me is 2 by p, right? Here is a addition sign also. How? See, I can write it like this. So here is the addition sign also. Now addition is defined only when the order are same. If we see both these things, the 2 is common, that is correct. P and n is also same. Why? Because it is given to us that n is equals to p. That means this subtraction or this addition is very well defined. Hence the order of this particular matrix will be what? It is 2 by n. Or you can also write, remember this is or. Both the answers are correct. 2 by n is also correct, 2 by p is also correct. Let's see which option is given to us. You can see here that 2 by n is given to us. Okay, so option B is correct answer. If there was an option in which 2 by p was given, then we will mark that option. Both 2 by n and 2 by 2 by p is correct. Why? Because n is equals to p given to us. I hope it is clear to you, right? So these questions are simple, just the basic concept which I have already explained you while discussing this section and while explaining all the examples. I hope this is clear to you. That's all for today. Thank you.